And here we are again. It's Saturday, and we are on week 2 of the Song of the Week challenge that I set for myself because I am a crazy person. And this week I'm feeling it. It also happens to be the busiest season at my day job. Why am I talking like Chandler Bing right now? I don't know.
I'm Chandler. I make jokes when I'm uncomfortable.
You answer that question. Because I'll tell you why. My brain is melted after a week of hard work, after a month of hard work, mostly mental. You can hear it in my voice right now, I can tell. But I also just woke up. It is 4:30 in the morning. I woke up at 3:45 this morning. Priscilla's here. Hello, Priscilla. Are you going to be a good girl and don't play with the microphone stand? And let me drink my coffee? You can sit there if you're going to be nice. We'll see. Okay. This is awkward. Aw. That first sip of coffee in an early morning. Okay, so what is the dealio with this week's Song of the Week, you ask? I can hear you. You're questioning. You are curious. I haven't recorded a piece of it. Whereas last week, I created the simple melody really quickly, and then I kind of took my time to figure out what to do with it. And then we ended up doing a lot of the work on Friday and Saturday. This week is kind of similar, except I have none of the recording done, but I also have a song concept this time, whereas last time I did not have any kind of concept. All I had was nothing. I had some notes on a piano, and this week at least I have a song concept. Early in the week, because it's Valentine's Day, which also happens to correspond with the busiest season at my day job, the idea popped in my head early in the week to make a Valentine song, obviously. Although now that I'm thinking about this, I should have thought ahead and done this on the first week because this will be released after Valentine's Day. Does it matter? No, not really, because Valentine songs are pretty universal and people love songs. I do what I want. And maybe just fuck Valentine's Day, and who cares if it's not on Spotify on February 14th. Every day of the year should be a day that we celebrate love, not just February 14th, not just a day to go buy chocolate and flowers. I am very cynical about Valentine's Day these days, which is funny because when I was married, I had no problem with Valentine's Day at all, and I used to judge people who were cynical about Valentine's Day, and now here we are. Here we are, everybody. So anyway, the concept that I originally had for a Valentine's Day song was like an anti-Valentine's Day song, like a punk song. And then as the week progressed, I wasn't really feeling that so much. It's weird, because in my heart, I am kind of anti-Valentine's Day. Maybe I shouldn't be. I don't know why I would spend the energy on being anti-anything. Well, no, that's not true. There are things to be anti, like politicians and, I don't fucking know, unnecessary sequels, live-action remakes of awesome cartoons from when you were a kid. It doesn't matter. The point is, after a few days, I didn't really feel as into the punk anti-Valentine's Day song. What happened was my mind switched over and I thought I had this title come into my head, and the title was Secret Valentine. You can kind of put your own spin on whatever that means. I want to create a song that has a little bit of tension in the verses, and then it kind of releases that tension in the chorus. I wrote some lyrics over the week, some pretty basic lyrics, just like the idea of the song. Other than that, we really don't have anything yet. And it's Saturday, which means today is the deadline, which means by the end of today, whatever we have done is getting released on Spotify. So I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time talking here. I think we should just get to it. Snappy, snappy, snappy. Week 2, Song of the Week challenge. Valentine's Day is coming up. Suck it. Let's go. Ow. I guess the only instrument I have is a crappy piano that sounds like shit, so we won't be using that at all. The thing we do have is some vocal stuff. I've got some lyrics and a tempo, which means I can start singing, and then we can What is vibrating on this? Oh, the scissors, maybe? Let's get rid of the scissors. The scissors! Oh, it's the Funko scissors. It's been a while. Do you wanna be my secret Valentine? It's a little fast, actually. I'm gonna change it to 90. Do you wanna be my secret Valentine? I changed it a little bit. I made it a little bit slower, so there you go. Where's my lyrics? I'm just gonna start singing, and then we'll come up with some kind of melodic pieces after that. Because, you know, basically the starting point on any creative project should just be whatever you have. Last week I had that piano part. This week I have some vocal stuff. And I don't usually start songs with a vocal line, but it might be a good idea because I have a lot of songs written where I have the melody and I have a lot of the lyrics done, but I don't know how to do any of the musical parts yet, so maybe this will be a good experiment in trying that out. I have to let go of the idea that it's going to be perfect the first time out. You know, I'm probably going to have to spend some time finding the melody, but we got some time. We got a little bit of time. It's 4:44 now, and let's go. I'm going to stop chatting so much so that we can get some recording done here. Who knew? Now, the other thing to remember here is that I only have some basic lyrics. Stop it. Cat scratching the shit out of my couch right in front of me. Stop it. I tell you this every day. Oh man, I'm not feeling very Valentine's-y right now. But anyway, I gotta get back into it. I had a little motivation this week to steer me in this direction, and we'll just have to remember that while these animals drive me insane as I'm trying to record it. If I ever get enough money to own a house, or build a house, even better, I want a recording studio in the basement, but it's all nice and warm and furnished, and I want the walls to be painted with like some of my favorite album covers. Yeah, I would put some serious money into a little recording studio with like a couch and some awesome speakers. But until then, we're going to do this in our living room with the cats driving me insane. It's not all bad. I love them. I love them. It's just, you know, when I'm trying to do stuff, it's really difficult. And I can imagine it's the same way if you have kids, but probably more. And sometimes they drive you crazy, and that's just part of life. Anyway, what was I even talking about? I was talking about these lyrics. They describe the overall theme of the song, but once we get some basic vocal parts down and I figure out how the music goes, usually when the music is there, the lyrics kind of start flowing out. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. So to get there, we have to figure out a little bit of the vocal melody so we can get to the musical parts, and then we can get to the rest of the lyrics. Isn't that weird? That's how my brain works. I know everyone works differently when it comes to creative projects. This tends to be how mine works. And let's just fucking go. Follow me into the waves of passion. Would you like to be my secret Valentine? Alright, we're gonna go with the 60s vocal chorus one because that one has so much fucking reverb on it. I like hearing the reverb in my ears. You can't hear it right now. Fireworks and aqua jets reflecting on the water. Chilly, but the air between us keeps on getting hotter. The music bellows all around and no one else can hear. You lean over to whisper to me, let's get out of here. You got another room all tucked away, far out of sight. Somewhere we can go together and stay for the night. This was unexpected, but I'll go along with it. The words I've wanted to hear, you finally whisper it. And do you wanna be my secret Valentine? You and I could do great things together. Follow me into the waves of passion. Do you wanna be my secret Valentine? Because I think I got a pretty decent handle on the melody right now. Apparently not on the English language because I can't speak. Okay, we're going to use that one as our bass line, as our idea. Now we've got a basic vocal part. Now we can figure out some muzak stuff to go around it. One thing I just kind of realized is that a lot of these lyrics have a lot of water imagery in them. The aqua jets and fireworks reflecting on the water, the wave of passion thing. So I'm wondering maybe if I find some watery type sound effects, maybe that would be cool. I'm gonna eat some sausage real quick, so we'll be right. Okay, so I want to show you. So I did some searching on GarageBand, specifically the Apple Loops part of GarageBand, and what I want to show you is all of the cool different layers that I found that I want to try and integrate. So I found a lot of sounds that I think fit the vibe of this song, and I'm going to play them for you one by one. Obviously, the first thing we have here is our vocal performance. Fireworks and aqua jets reflecting on the water. Chilly, but the air between us keeps on getting hotter. The music bellows all around. So that is the vocal part that we started off with. And then from there, we figured out our kick drum. It's a very simple, like, deep kick drum. From there, I found this cool thing, which is called deep water beat. So that's going to be used for our second verse. And then we have this called the Dreamtime Flow synth bass. And it's really just a really low bass. And it kind of, here, if you add that with the drums, you can see how it's kind of like, it adds a little bit of tension. That's the tension that I was looking for. Then we have this thing called free flow synth. So I want to use that. There's this part after the chorus where I want it to kind of explode, because we're going to build up all this pressure in the verse and the chorus, and then we're going to go right after it, and that's kind of something that I wanted to use there. We have this other thing called Ultimate Flow Synth. Which actually, I believe if we combine it with the Free Flow Synth, it sounds cool if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, I'm getting a little too into it here. And then we have another synth over here. It's called the Ultimate Flow Synth. Oh, we already did that one. We have this. We then over here have this thing called the Infinite Love Beat. What is that? I think it went well with the synths, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let's take these off. Okay, so those all sound cool together. Then we've got these True Love strings. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop. We gotta mute these guys. True Love strings. I felt like that was something we could add to the verses to give it a little more texture, a little more feeling. And then on top of that, we've got this Unrequited Love synth. And then we have Dark Secret's vocal chop, which I thought sounded cool. I don't really know if I'm going to use it yet. We've got this Glassworks arpeggio. feel like that could work well in the build up to the chorus, maybe, or like the build up to that bridge where it explodes. We have this glass bottom synth. Same thing where I kind of want to add it as a layer as we're building up the tension a little bit. And then this last one, Hourglass synth, which is funny because one of my favorite songs right now is called Hourglass by Boys Like Girls. And I like the name, but it also, the sound of it fits with the vibe of this song. So we have that. So all of these instruments I picked, what I did was I went to Apple Loops right here, actually, and I just searched things like glass, love, romance, water. I think I searched, anything that kind of fit the vibe, and I found all these really cool sounds. Some I'll probably end up not using, some I will end up using. The thing is, I feel like these instruments are actually going to change the way the vocal melody goes, which is kind of cool. And something that I didn't really expect. I was kind of iffy on the melody already. It seems kind of generic. So maybe what I'll do is I'll layer up some of these sounds, and then I'll see where the melody kind of goes with those sounds. That's the next step. All right, well, I got to go take a break. I have to do adult things right now, like zoom in on my mouth. Go work out real quick, shower, get ready for the day, grocery shop. I'll see you soon. I'm actually really excited to keep working on this. Okay, so I'm back here. I did all my adulting stuff. I'm doing laundry right now. I went grocery shopping. I worked out. Adult stuff. And I'm going to go on this little mini rant here and say, how the fuck does anybody have a full-time job, have to take care of their adult life, and also do content creation on the side? It is fucking crazy. For anyone who's able to do that and do content every single day, you must not be sleeping, because I have no idea how you find the time. Also, the sun's out today. Isn't that cool? It's February. It's been a long time since we've seen the sun, and we've seen it twice this week. Oh, and I fucking made pizza. I'm gonna eat pizza. Back to the task at hand. I have been recording all morning, and ever since I got back from doing adult stuff. So I wanted to show you what we're halfway through. It's 12 o'clock now. It's noon. I still have probably a good 8.5 hours to go. Let's keep going, man. I'm going to show you what I have so far so you can see an in-progress report. So come on over here. Here's what I have so far. I'm just going to play you the whole thing and then maybe go through some of the instruments one by one. Let's see. Okay, it literally just goes on like that. What do we have here? Beats and time. We're at 30. We're at 30 seconds. That's not bad, actually. Once we get going, I haven't done any of the vocals yet, and actually this song has completely changed from what it was earlier. I don't even think the original vocal line would work with it anymore. Let's see. I'm curious.
Chilly, but the air between us keeps on getting harder.
Yeah, so it doesn't really match anymore. I am going to try pitch correction. What happens if we just up that a little bit?
Fireworks and aqua jets reflecting on the water. Chilly, but the air between us keeps on getting harder. Music bellows all around and no one else can hear. You lean over to whisper to me, let's get out of here.
Okay, so I'm going to solo this in a second. But basically, GarageBand does some really cool stuff, and so does Logic. Eventually, when I get Logic, we'll have this too. It auto-correcting this sounds really bad. So if you're going to do auto-correction, you have to at least kind of sing in key. But anyway, I'm going to solo this track real quick so you can hear this, what this sounds like with a whole bunch of auto-correction.
Fireworks and aqua jets reflecting on the water. Chilly, but the air between us keeps on getting hotter. The music bellows all around and no one else can hear. You lean over to whisper to me, let's get out of here. You got another room all tucked away, far out of sight. Somewhere we can go together and stay for the night. This was unexpected, but I'll go along with it.
Okay, so that's pretty bad. I'm gonna go get my pizza now. I'll be right back. So basically, the way this song has turned out is completely different than I thought it was going to sound. So that vocal line is going to get changed a lot, and probably the lyrics too, because I'm going to have to fit the lyrics into the beat and into the key. So I'm really excited to see where this song is going to go. Right now it's purely instrumental because I'm not going to use that vocal take as it doesn't match up with how the song is turning out. So yeah, I really like this. This is the unabashed creativity I was looking for. And even though I'm not like creating everything from scratch, again, I'm mostly using loops. Again, I'm still just letting the song be what it wants to be, which is awesome. And eventually I know I'll get better at this and I won't have to rely on loops as much. But for now, since we're on a tight time constraint, we're going to use loops and we're going to get this song done in about 8 hours. Or more. We might finish Jack Ryan and then have to go back to this. We'll see. I might be up all fucking night. Yeah! I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to this. I'll update you in a little bit. It is Sunday morning. Hello. I did finish the song last night. Technically. Oh my god. I am so tired this morning. It's time to get the coffee out. That was a lot for one day. The funny thing about this song is I didn't end up putting any vocals in it. Which, you know, I intended to have vocals the entire time I was thinking of the song. And yesterday, as I was recording the song, I laid out all the musical tracks beforehand, and then I tried to squeeze in the vocals at the end. And no matter what I tried, they just weren't fitting. And it was getting on to the end of the night, and I was just tired. See, you can tell I'm just sitting here like kind of decompressing now. But then I listened to the song again and I realized the instrumentals actually said everything I wanted to say in this song. And so the lesson that we learned this week is don't try to force something that's not working. And actually that's a good lesson for life as well as in music production. You know, you can fight so hard to push something in there that doesn't fit, but does it really need to be in there? If the creative work doesn't want a thing in there, it's not going to let it in. And you know, I could spend a couple more weeks on this probably, fit some vocals in there, but now that I've listened to it a bunch of times and gone through the mastering process, gone through the car testing phase, I actually love it just the way it is. It says everything I want to say with the music, and that's it. So I came up with the concept and the lyrics, part of the lyrics, and everything during the week, and I was going to record all of it, you know, on Friday and Saturday. Nothing I ended up coming up with during the week ended up in the final song. That's the funny part. And the other funny part is I started the song with vocals. If you remember, well, you do because I just showed it to you. I didn't know how to get to any of the other parts in the song until I laid down a scratch vocal track. And then I could start coming up with the instruments. So I couldn't come up with the instruments until I laid down that vocal track, but then I never ended up using vocals in the song, in the final song. Isn't that crazy? Like that's the weird part about creativity is you never know how it's going to shape up. And that's one thing that I need to learn during this. And I'm learning it. It's good. Don't force anything.